All right. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. We are back. Before we go to these guys, I'll put the camera on them. I always want to do our announcements. We got quite a few things to chat about real quick. Of course, our sponsors, Arknight, again, and Ambient Realms. We're getting very close to giving away some stuff, so stay tuned over this next week out there. If you're watching or watch us on VOD, make sure and check it out because we've got a couple giveaways that we're going to be doing probably within the next week. Nothing super secret, but I know that we have like some downloadable content that we're going to give away from Arknight. Plus, I know one of our game masters of one of our shows is going to give away Hero Forge figure. So that will be happening within the next week. So, sponsors Arknight, Ambient Realms, that helps us out with the music and some of the stuff behind the scenes, equipment and stuff like that. Also, big shout out to some of our new followers we got quite a few new followers over the times that we weren't live. So that was really cool because I know that we have somebody helping us out with our VODs and our playlists and our collections and stuff like that. So it's getting a little cleaner when it comes to YouTube, and you can watch all the old stuff. So you can catch up on this show. So it's all in order now, and it's on our Twitch, our YouTube. It's all cleaned up and looks nice, beautified. But our new followers, we had Hero 142 follow, South Unboy. So it's probably Southern Boy, but Southern Boy followed. Adamiox followed. Also Quests and Chaos followed. And BCW81 has followed. This all happened in between last time we went live and this time that we're going live. So thank you very, very much for tuning in. Hopefully you get to catch some of this stuff live. And it's totally rad that you guys are checking us out and checking out our VODs because that's why we do it. This week, make sure and just check us out. Again, we'll be here tomorrow doing Chronicles of Karate. It's a 5th edition adventure. This will be on, I think, our 4th session. And also, this Friday, our Off the Dice podcast drops with Michael Panish. Will be available Friday. If you wanted to check it out early, you totally can. It's on our Patreon. You do have to be a $5 patron or more. And you can listen to it on Mondays instead of Fridays, so you get a little bit early. But otherwise, go to our links, Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes. You can go to our website, timetotabletop.com/podcasts, and it's right on there also. So check it out, because this Friday, it's our one and only Michael Penish will be on it. So make sure and tune in next week, because we're going full throttle here. We're going to be Generation Hero again, back next Tuesday. So let's do this. And then next Wednesday, we're going to do the another one-shot action theater. So make sure and check all that good stuff out. But I'm going to give everything over to them so they can get some things going.
All right. Hello, and welcome to Generation Hero, the epic superhero saga that takes you through the entirety of comic book history, one issue at a time. This is our 4th episode in the 1980s New Waves arc, our penultimate episode before the grand finale, entitled A Place on Earth. Unfortunately, before I get to introducing our heroes, because it's going to be a little bit different this time, I got to give the recap right now because things are a little strange. The strange thing is that they were heroes once, but they got zapped by a reality-changing artifact called the Helm of the Broken Knight. Some sort of magical helmet that was made with perhaps godly, extra-normal help from an old, tired medieval warrior who wanted to change reality so he never had to fight those battles at all. But now that helmet fell into the hand of Kevin Kestrel, an evil yuppie. He zapped the heroes with it. Even if the heroes weren't exactly there, they still got zapped. Plenty of other heroes got zapped with it too, all around the world. And now, they're in a new world. A world that is very similar to our world because there's no superpowers. All of them are totally normal teenagers. They're not aliens. They're not dragon men. They're not French super soldiers who had giant dragon-shaped battle mechs. They're not master magicians. They're not Pop Rock's powered metal heroes. They're not octopus-armed Spaniards. They're just 6 normal American teenagers going to Tower High in a small Midwestern town called Tower Town. So let's start with Marvin. I want to know who your hero is. You can mention who they actually are as well. But in this new Tower Town, Tower High reality, what's their name? And they don't have powers anymore, but what's their general high school vibe? So Marvin, we'll start with you.
Right, so I'm playing, used to play the Great Vizandu, but in this universe he's known just as Victor Vizandu. He's kind of an introvert, sci-fi nerd. I'd say like this universe's version of a Trekkie. And he's always trying to get in with the popular kids, just trying to be recognized by them, you know?
Oh man, makes sense.
He's also a very good, what would be the word? Engineer. Very good in shop class, but he's always making weird things like trying to make jetpacks or spaceships, you know, stuff like that.
Still looking for acceptance. After that, we have Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm playing Cosette, who's normally all about socialism in France, and she's still all about socialism in France, except now she's born in America, and it's Reagan's America, and she's very unhappy, so she's going through a goth phase. However, she's still really good at sports. She's on the field hockey team. She's on track and field. She is field hockey track. Oh, the swim team. Also, she also is in Model UN as France. She likes to hang out with the drama kids because they usually have a lead. And they also have all watched Kubrick, who is awesome. And I would love to talk to anybody anytime about A Clockwork Orange and how it's the best movie ever made. Because it's awesome.
Ooh, a budding cinema fan.
Super edgy.
For sure. After that, we have Eric.
Hi everyone. I'm Sebastian Xanatos. My dad calls me Sebi. He's the janitor here at Tower High. I'm an honor roll student, and I suffer from social anxiety, and I like to play with magic, but it's really hard to show people because it's terrifying.
Oh, I love Sebi.
Yeah, he barfed at the last talent show.
Oh, poor Sebi. Got too excited. After that, we have Dallas.
Hey, I'm Dallas. I was playing William Lodi, also known as Prime. I had dreams of being like a rock and roll legend. Also came up on some crazy superpowers of rockness. But now I'm just playing Billy Lodi, a band geek aspiring to be something that he's truly not. Hanging out with as many people that his parents would not approve of as possible. Getting into as many situations as he possibly can that are as close to danger as you could say, or getting arrested. He's very restricted at home, so do what he can.
And then joining us again, Michael.
Yes, today I'll be playing, I was playing Gustavo Roa as the Bull, also known as Pulpo, who had super soldier powers, which basically all revolve around his indestructible tentacles.
But those are gone.
But those are gone. So he's playing Gus, who is not from Spain, and not macho, and not confident, and really is just a shell of his former self. And he is also failing Spanish. I don't even have that going for him.
Oh, man. And then finally returning, we have Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick. I was playing Chris Serene, aka Emerald Drake, the transformed Dragon Man. No longer a Dragon Man, just a awkward kid who really likes dragons and doesn't really, just sits around reading books on dragons and doesn't really do very much, even though his friends try and do that. But to to his benefit, he does play D&D with his friends, which is sort of a new thing that's been happening.
Yeah, this is the era. This is that Stranger Things era for that, for sure.
Yep. So that's about the only social thing he does.
Okay, so all you guys, as far as you know, have always been normal, not super-powered high schoolers. But in the back of your minds, you realize that something is wrong. You're thinking you don't belong here. These little town blues, they're not for you. There's something just off about this place, something wrong. But then again, I mean, don't most teenagers feel like that?
It could just be puberty.
It could just be puberty. So when this day begins, just like many other days, you're heading to Tower High, and this is kind of our like opening montage. Right before the bell rings, everyone's getting stuff out of their lockers. I'm sure some intense 80s song playing on the soundtrack. Some good ballad, and there's various high school scenes going on. So Talia, we'll go the other way. What do you guys do before you head to homeroom, which is your first class, which you all have together? And Miss Wolf is the teacher of that one. She's tough but fair. So you could go. I don't know, Nick. Are you ready, or should we start?
Well,
What do you think he's doing as a rush to class? Maybe some stuff will happen too as you get into your desk for homeroom.
No, I think, he's one of those kids who sort of pretty much always has a book in his hand. So as he's walking, he's just sort of just staring at his book. Periodically, he'll bump into someone and just be like, "Oh, sorry," and, like trying to get to his locker. Opens up his locker and something flies out.
Do you think you four guys are friends?
Probably not. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh man, does he have friends?
He's got. He has a few friends. I mean, he probably knows them. If they.
Yeah, I mean, you all have homeroom together.
Yeah.
I feel like all the rest of you are Anthony Michael Hall in the Breakfast Club. And Cosette is literally all the other ones.
You have like 6 brains, 5 brains, and 1 everything else.
Well, I feel like Chris is like sort of a mix
More
between
like
the brain and the
One's a
the
brain,
artist.
No, I'm
I
just
can't remember her
going.
name. Yeah. So.
Basically, you guys are a good cross-section of Anthony Michael.
Oh, there's such a great variety.
Yeah, no.
Anthony Michael Hall contains multitudes.
No, actually, I'd say he doesn't really hang out with them during school, but he secretly plays D&D with them, whether they say that they play it or not. So.
Ooh,
And at the
okay.
lunch table. Only at the lunch table.
The lunch table? Yeah, I can do the lunch table D&D.
That makes sense. All right, well, I'm going to say, as you guys are all
I mean,
taking...
we're not welcome at the other team.
Well, Victor, you kind of hang around there.
Trying.
In fact, I'm going to say you are hanging, as homeroom starts, you are hanging around, or trying to hang around with perhaps the coolest kid in school, and certainly the richest. His name is Ty Rance. And Ty, despite he's got his collar popped all the time, so I'll do that now. Apologies. Ty Rance, despite his size and shape, which is he's kind of short and has like a very big head, like almost alien shaped. Despite his weird appearance, because his parents like own half the town, he's definitely top of the pecking order. So you're probably trying to hang around with him, and maybe as these 4 are heading into class, Tyrance is like, "Hey Zondu, he calls you Zondu by your last name. Hey Zondu, looks like loser patrols coming into orbit. Am I right?"
Yeah, Tides. Yeah, losers. I mean, they're not that bad. I mean, if you get to know them a little bit.
Well, how would
But
you gag me with a spoon if that's the case?
Well,
It's like an inefficient way to gag someone.
they kind of.
You say that's your...
I mean,
As
that's not
I pull
wrong.
a spoon out of my
Oh, what? Come on, trust me.
Cool.
That Sebi guy, his dad's the janitor, man. I mean, this school is big enough. We got 2, and he's cutting one of those roles. It's pathetic.
Yeah, pathetic.
All right, carry my books, by the way.
Again, Ty?
Yeah, hey, I got
yesterday.
little arms, dude. I need to save them for better things than holding books.
Little arms.
So, as you guys are coming to take your seat, Cosette, I'm going to say Miss Wolf kind of approaches you.
What?
She's actually, this is the high school version of Wolf Woman,
Yeah.
one of the earlier superheroes. Yeah, so she's
I
like,
still go, what?
she has very severe gray hair, and she does like you. I mean, she's, like I said, she's tough but fair. So she's like, wait, Cassette, what's your last name?
LaRouge.
Oh yeah, it's still LaRouge. She's like, Miss LaRouge,
Yeah.
I read your recent report about current affairs, your current
Cool.
events report.
Yeah.
I found it quite interesting, but you have a lot of opinions that could be considered very unpopular in our current time and place.
Uh-huh. Hey, you know what? I managed to avoid swearing this time when I described Ronald Reagan, though, so I thought, hey, that's what
And I deeply appreciated it.
Cool.
Well, I just wanted to know that I think if you can...
Did you enjoy me calling him, our human latrine in chief?
This isn't creative writing. That wasn't exactly a creative writing assignment, Cosette.
Everything's a creative writing assignment.
Cosette, if you just get rid of that
Rubber
attitude,
pencil.
I think you could have a real future ahead of you.
Uh-huh.
You have real talent. You just need to
Oh.
channel that anger you have towards something more constructive.
Cool. I've got real talent in the sports field, which is like so promising for female athletes. Maybe I can get in the Olympics or the Olympics or the Olympics. And go on to be on a box of Wheaties. Yeah.
That might be the case, LaRouge, but I think you just set your sights a little higher. Something tells me you're meant for greater things.
Cool.
So after that little pep talk, meanwhile, you guys are coming in. The bell is rung, and you're reading that book. You're sitting down close to these guys, when suddenly that book is knocked out of your hand by the... Why am I blanking on his name? The Bender is the character's name.
The Bender?
The Bender.
Bender is named Breakfast Club. The bad one.
Oh.
The troublemaker. Anyway, the leather jacket wearing, pot smoking bully of the class. His name is Jabbers.
Jabbers.
Yes, and he is like Jabberwocky. He might have been in another life.
Oh.
He has very lank white hair. I mean, he's way worse than God, I'm blanking on the actor's name.
Judd Nelson?
Judd Nelson. Yes, he's way worse than Judd Nelson, of course. Yeah, he's more like the bully in like a Stephen King story. Yeah. He sends your book a flying. He's like, well, if it isn't Nerdlinger reading about some dragon dicks, is that what you're into, man?
Well,
Hey, Jabbers, at least he has a dick.
Yeah.
Oh man. There's lots of
sorry,
You like that.
whoa, lots of O's and F's. Now, Jabbers is not going to punch you
Yeah, I know.
yet. But when he says
I'm
you
not
say,
actually do
oh,
make rolls and do stuff.
you can, just not involving superpowers. Like if you say, and so at least your powers might be out, unless it's a non-superpower thing. But
I want
directly
to-
engage is still okay.
I want to directly engage a threat. I do still do magic. I may not
Yes.
be as showy as I used to be, but I'm going to try and pull a magic trick on this guy.
Okay, I'll you go next.
Oh, I was actually going.
Oh, you're going to do something?
I was in the middle of doing something.
Right. Okay, let's have Cosette finish and then Eric.
Okay, sorry. It was
Sebi.
basically the whole thing was supposed to be a provoke. So I was
Oh,
gonna
right,
roll
cool.
that.
Okay, yeah, we'll provoke on it.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I know it's a little. We're in uncharted territory. The makers of Mask doubtless did not intend for this to be a high school.
9.
Okay, so with a 9, let's see. He can stumble. You're going to take +1 against Jabbers in the future.
Okay.
I'll let you keep those against Jabberwocky, and if you get that, if you can escape this strange world, you'll get a critical opportunity, or you'll get influence over him. I'm going to say he's going to stumble.
Okay.
That insult was so good. It's like that from now on you have like a permanent +1 against him because he's like so freaked out by that.
Well done.
So instead of moving on you, he's moving towards you. He's like, "What did you say, nerd?" Getting ready for some punchicizing.
So Sebi actually gets up, and as he gets up, he trips and falls onto Jabbers, and I'm going to try and directly engage a threat here.
Cool.
4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Whew. Okay, so that is a success. I'm going to take something from them. I'm going to unclasp his belt.
Oh man.
So everyone will find out whether or not he does have it.
Whoa. Okay. So this temporary, meaning he's gonna, if you pick up for that instead of taking the condition, he will definitely know you did it.
That's fine.
Okay.
Alright, so
Yeah. So you undo his clasp. He's like, "Get off me, Sevi, freak!"
Sorry. Oh.
And then when he stands up, his pants come going right down, revealing the tidy whities that he is sporting. He's super embarrassed. He's like, "Oh no!" Miss Wolf is noticing all this, and she's like, "Oh, Jabbers, please go to the restroom and don't come back until you are fully clad." He's hustling his way out of there, trying to pull his pants on. He turns around and looks at all of you, you four in particular, and he's like, "All right, that's it. You guys are dead."
Gus looks behind him.
Yeah, you too, Gus. You're part of this.
I didn't do anything.
Wait, which four? He pointed at them.
No, you're included in
Oh,
this
good,
as
I'm
well.
included,
Yeah,
and I
'cause
go, "Oh, what?"
Whoa. Okay, so he stammers away to run to the restroom and maybe cut the rest of class because he's that kind of kid. Miss Wolf is like, "All right, settle down." And Miss LaRouge, if I can have those middle fingers returned to your fists.
Sure.
Thank you.
That was so cool.
All right, now.
We're dead. Why would you provoke him, Shepard?
He's gonna beat him off.
It's not the worst
Now he's
time.
going to beat us all.
I'm just not going to come to school anymore. It's
Those
fine.
are
It's fine.
He's not going to beat anybody up. He's a total weakling.
And
He is all talk, this one.
maybe when you're around, but when you're at all those games and practices, well, he's not all talk then.
No, definitely not.
He's very, very much action. Action.
Yep. I have the bruises to prove it.
Ooh. So as you guys are settling down,
Why do you
Miss
think I
Wolf,
wear a sweater?
Miss Wolf says, "All right, just a few quick announcements. As you guys, I'm sure know, Saturday is the day of the mask dance. It's a Tower High tradition, starting at 6 o'clock. So I do hope you you can attend. Just remember to leave some room for the Holy Ghost, if you know what I mean." And
God's dead.
LaRouge, raise a hand, please. And also, yes, LaRouge.
God's dead.
Thank you,
So,
LaRouge.
so we're on for Saturday night? For,
Yeah, of course.
And also, Principal Knight just wanted me to offer to extend an invitation to all of you. This is something interesting. Principal Knight, who you've all heard about, of course, but you've never seen him. He's something of a recluse. Principal Knight, I mean, not even a recluse. He's like a legend. Like, there's a vice principal, VP Weaver, who goes around kind of instilling his will on running things day to day. Principal Knight, as far as you guys know, just stays in his office and never seems to come out ever. Nobody's even seen him come home, or go home, or come to the school, or leave the office. He just seems to be barricaded in there, and his edicts kind of come out. Every so often you hear him giving a little announcement on the PA, but even that's really rare. Disciplined students don't get to see him. Nobody sees him. So there's definitely some mystery about who is Principal Knight. Of course, there's all kinds of weird rumors about who he is and what he does and so on. That he's like disfigured or weird, or he was like a veteran or something.
I heard that he cut a hole into the girls' locker room.
There's those kinds of rumors
the
too.
boiler room to regenerate.
Yup, all kinds of weird.
He's a vampire.
Yeah, he's a vampire. All sorts
I
of
heard he
legends.
owns a hairless dog.
Principal Knight might own a hairless dog. All kinds of strange rumors and legends.
Well, wait. He did approve my special effects for the dance, right?
Miss Wolf says, "Oh yes, he got back to me. Yes, the special effects are a go."
Sweet. It's my big chance. Make it big.
Okay, so
Man, it's gonna have power tonight. pyrotechnics and everything. Like a smoke system. It's gonna be really cool. Yeah, you're not invited.
Ooh. So with that, yeah, because that might not be, and a lot of you other guys might, I'm sure, with this D&D game, are not planning to attend the mass dance. So with that, the bell rings. Homeroom's over. You don't do anything in homeroom. I'm a teacher, I know. Sorry, homeroom.
Nothing ever does happen in homeroom.
Yeah, it's just so you can hear the announcements or whatever and get a chance to sit and transition to your get that school mindset going. Hopefully. And it's time for your first. You try to do something in homeroom. Another. Yeah, you try. It's. I mean, I'm kidding. Good stuff does happen in homeroom, of course. Fellow teacher, I'm sure. You guys go to your first class, which is physical education. There's two coaches. Mr. Dancer, who was once maybe Sky Dancer, who's kind of getting on in years, but he's always known as a fair hand at the gym. And then Mr. Fish, who is the head of the coach of the swim team, all water polo, all sorts of aquatic things. He's a big, hulking man, built like he might have been a giant fish in another life.
Wow, I didn't know you get that kind of body swimming.
All right, so as you all change into your various PE outfits and you're heading out to do warm-ups. Yeah, it's rough. I'm sure it's not a pretty sight. And the embarrassment. Yeah, definitely. This is that era of shorts.
Thing, but with thermals underneath.
So
that looks good in hers, even though she's actually got her hair pinned up now. You know.
Oh, sure, it makes sense.
She still has on her makeup because she's going through her face.
So as they're all getting warmed up, Zondu, Vic, you get approached by Mr. Rance again, and he's like, "Yo, Zondu, heard about what happened in homeroom with old Jabber's got himself pants."
I know, it was crazy, right?
Yeah, pretty wild. Thing is, Jabber's kind of want him on my side, you know? Look, it's like my dad says, you can't take over the universe unless you enslave species of warlike aliens to fight on your behalf. That's something I've taken. He reads a lot of sci-fi, my dad.
Oh.
Yeah, so, anyway, Jabber's just kind of like my warlike alien. So if he figures out that I got you to mess with some of those nerds, bring some embarrassment to them, he'll report back to me.
Can I ask a quick question about Ty? Is he dating Tiffany?
Oh, for sure.
Cool. I'm going over to him.
Ooh, okay. Tiffany is like hanging back a little with some of her girlfriends, you know. Ty is kind of going apart from them.
Yeah. Hey, Ty. I hear rumors that I gave you a hand job in the back of your Buick. You know anything about that?
He's like, hey man, people talk.
People talk. Or maybe you talk and I, hit him really hard in the chest.
Ooh.
In fact, I'm going to go ahead and roll a dangerous.
Okay, yeah.
Like, Ty, look out.
Yeah. That's a 10. It hurts.
I'm not even trying.
Alright, he stumbles back. I mean, he's a small statured individual. He stumbles back and picks himself up. At this point, Tiffany and some of her girlfriends arrive, including one who is very large named Katie, who could be a gorilla in another life. But is now working for the baddies.
We are staring.
Yeah. Tiffany, by the way,
She goes again.
perhaps in another life, she could have been a Crimson Empress. Because she's blonde, of course, but it's like solid white hair and strangely sharp teeth. Though she's definitely not a goth in this kind of the world. She's like, so you just can't keep your hands off of Ty, is that right?
Yeah, I just love that man of yours. He's a real stud muffin.
Like, he would ever be caught dead with a tramp like you.
Well, see, now here's the thing about it, Tiffany. You can't go around the school spreading rumors that I'm like some harlot that's like giving your boyfriend a blowjob and then say that he equally would never be caught dead with me. So you gotta pick one or the other.
Ooh. Okay.
I'll do a provoke on her. Why not?
Ooh, yeah. Let's see it. Trying to piss her off.
This one's just gonna spin forever.
You succeeded.
I've been inceptioned. Yes, in fact, that is well over 10.
Yeah. Is there a particular thing you want her to do besides just be pissed off?
I want her to leave me alone. I want her to remember that I already broke her nose once. And, might not be somebody she wants to be messing with.
Oh, all right, okay. So she's following that rule, but as she's going, she's like, "Hey, you might have broke my nose and got some like blood on me, but from what I've read, blood is a natural euthanizing agent that makes you look better.
Euthanizing?
Yes, it makes you more youthful. That's what euthanizing means, right?
You know what? That's not what that word means. But that's cool.
We're all against euthanasia. All those euthanasia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You're doing a real super good job with English there.
yeah. Well, my English grades and knowledge of might be a little bit on the low side, but my future is already figured out, and it looks bright. Unlike yours, which I think is going to end up with you in an alley, sucking and fucking your way to something better. And she storms off.
See that? I'm gonna suck and fuck my way to something better. Wow.
And
Wow, you are dating a super fucking genius, dude. Congratulations. Seriously, if you start any other rumors about me, I'll wear your fucking balls for earrings. You get me?
All right. Okay. He's like, he just puts his hands up and waits till you go. And then
Mr. Fish!
Cosette! Oh, and he's British.
Yeah.
Hello there, Cosette. Wait, that's not what Major Marshal. That's not what Major Marshal Monarch Merman sounded like. Cosette, my dear girl, come join. Ready for the swim meet later this month?
I sure am, and I'm like doing like stretches.
Excellent, excellent. So as they're going away, Zandu's like, all right, that redheaded slut, I'm moving her right to the top of my shit
Well, you
list.
really shouldn't have spread those rumors, Toy. I mean, they were bad.
Oh, okay, well...
Besides, wasn't that you and Tiffany that was behind the dumpsters?
Hey, what I do with Tiffany is none of your concern, Zandu. Wasn't that
Sorry.
you and Shop Glass trying to build a jetpack?
Well, it almost worked.
Oh, man.
I mean, it blew up. But
Zandu,
the fire out
if you want a
eventually.
part in my interstellar empire, you're going to start having to pull your own weight. And it's time to take this to light speed.
But I carry your books every
Check
day,
this. Well,
Toy.
you're going to carry something else. He takes out a big basket of water balloons that are all full with various dyes. He's like, all right, I want you to maybe sneak up on all
No pig's blood.
5. Yeah, it could have been pig's blood. They're all going to laugh at you. I mean, that would be backlight to the superpowers to come back. Maybe a little bit of foreshadowing for what might happen later at the mass dance. He says, all right, I want you to go to a hiding spot, or not, because, I mean, if you get caught, well, like, whatever, and start pelting them with the water balloons. It will totally embarrass them. If you get caught, hey, just don't mention my name.
Really, Toy? I mean, that seems kind of mean, don't you think?
Hey, if you don't do this, you can stop carrying my books and also stop being my friend. Now get to it.
Hey guys, I think it's been a couple days since like the last beating, so
It's true.
I just stay on
It's a
your
little
toes,
hot.
guys.
Yeah.
We're due for one probably today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact,
It's too good.
as you guys, as I'm sure, are kind of off to the side to avoid the scrutiny of the coaches,
Oh yeah.
so you could not do the
We're
exercises.
still stretching.
This was my PE activities as well.
That's already on the balance.
Right. But well, you're within water balloon range.
Yeah, well, just letting you know she's like into.
As you four are doing this, you are cornered by Jabbers and 2 of his goons,
Man.
and
Haven't you had enough, Jabbers?
they are looking pretty mean. There's Jabbers. There's like
I'm distracted.
Kyle Cool. That's cool spelled Koole.
Oh, this
Who's,
guy.
yeah, who's always slurping ice cubes. He's always got an ice cube in his mouth. And there's
I knew I should have said
Sheldon O'Gun. Shogun, who wears all black and considers himself very stealthy when it comes to sneaking up and shoving nerds into lockers. That's Shogun. So, Jabbers and his little evil bully entourage are looking you over, and he's like, well, if it ain't the 4 nerds who are soon to be dead nerds. Got any last words, nerds?
Can I roll to see if I notice this happen?
Yes. Why don't you roll mundane? Or wait, for assess? No, superior.
Superior, awesome. No, I don't notice it. I'm balanced.
All right. Well, you might notice it when the screams start happening.
Wait,
He's
can I
gonna start.
still- Do I still mark on my sheet? For
Yeah, sure. You can still level up and everything.
Awesome.
It's okay. Yeah. I mean, you're still the same characters.
Yay.
So we still mark potential.
All right. So he's gonna go to Sebi, and actually, in fact, well, I'll do this a little later. So yeah, he's gonna start wailing on Sebi.
Okay.
He's gonna just try and grab and give you a classic. He's like, "You hungry, Sebi? How about I feed you a knuckle sandwich?" And you're taking a powerful blow as he.
Can I defend him?
Yes. What do you do? Because I'm sure you're kind of scrawny yourself.
Yeah. So I would say, that's trying to figure this out. So he's,
You block his punch with your face.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Roll defend it. We'll see what happens. You roll high enough, maybe something strange will happen.
It's an 8.
You should go flex.
Ooh, okay. So you take the blow, but it does go into your face. So you're taking the powerful blow. Okay. Nothing strange happens. You are punched.
7.
Okay, so which one will you pick? You can insult one of your poor teammates here. Give ground. He'll get an opportunity. The opportunity is that he will shove you aside
Oh yeah.
and
I'll do that.
draw a more dangerous blade. Okay, or not. Draw a dangerous blade. So he shoves you aside. Now he takes out a switchblade, snaps it to life, and yeah, he's gonna go Henry Bowers and be
I'm
like
so
carve
sorry
his
I didn't
initials
know
into you.
this.
Asshole, you can't bring weapons on campus.
Meanwhile,
Okay, did I hear that?
yeah. You're hearing this fracas by now. Meanwhile, you have Zandu. You've reached. You're like kind of around the wall. And you see all this going on. Meanwhile, Kid Cool, he's like, "Hey, how about you cool off?" And he gets ready to spit an ice cube into your face. That's his signature move.
Disgusting.
If
Oh,
he were a
yeah.
character, he'd be using Freak right now.
For sure. So, Billy Lodi, what are you gonna do?
He's spitting at me currently?
He's getting ready to. He's like,
So
Oh,
before he does that, can I just sort of, in a what looks like a very awkward way, just sort of run myself into him?
"Ooh, okay. Let's have you roll directly engage, and then while you're doing that, Gus,
11.
Ooh, okay. So you can pick 2 from that list. While you're doing that, Gus, Gun, Shogun is trying to creep up on you for a secret attack from behind. Yeah, it's young Sheldon.
Jabberwocky's the one that pulled the...
Yes, Walkie's got the switchblade. His time for my vorpal blade to go snicker snap. Yeah, that's right. I love Lewis Carroll.
Purple blade.
Crap.
He's a very well-read bully.
Mhm.
Nonsense poetry is the shit.
So, with the directly engage, I'm going to.
Edward Lear also rules, bitch. Runcible Spoon.
He
I'm
does
sorry.
very well in
No.
Freak.
Just love this well-read bully. All right.
Sorry.
Which one? Two are you picking?
So I'm going to. I'm going to create an opportunity and surprise him.
Ooh, okay. So you create an opportunity. I'm going to say, Sebi, you could do something for this. Or you could do something that could take out...
Well, I don't see the Shogun, right?
no, you do notice him.
Oh, okay.
You see it up on, like, you and the others. He's getting to attack all you from behind.
Can I use this opportunity to directly engage again? Do another sleight of hand trick.
Go for it.
Cool. Oh boy, that's not good.
Oh boy.
That's not...
What do you do with Mark Potential?
That's 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, it goes terribly wrong. What do you think messes you up?
So what I was trying to do was to take that blade from him. Let's see, what would be a cool
Grab
thing?
it by the blade.
Yeah, I was gonna say...
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't go all the way through, but yeah, you get a pretty nasty cut. You can roll take a powerful blow. All right. So meanwhile, how are you, Nick? How did you deal with Mr. Cool?
Yeah. So basically, like I said, I'm doing this sort of to help my friend, but at the same time to make it look like it was just sort of like an accident. Like,
Okay.
So basically, it just looks like I stumbled into him and just sort of knocked him over.
All right, so you create opportunity. His ice cube
His hero name.
falls out of his mouth. He's like, "My cube!" And it's rolling on the bare pavement. So let's have Dallas and then Gus, and then we can see what Zondu's up to.
And then me after Zondu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess at this point,
Yeah, Sebi has been stabbed.
I take
fine.
my sax case and I run straight at him with that in front of me to use that because I'm not swinging fists.
Okay,
No,
I want you to roll.
Bash into him with my sax case.
All right, I want you to roll Unleash Your Powers.
Okay.
Something weird is going to happen. Or it might if you roll high enough.
7.
Sorry.
It's a 7?
Oh,
Oh, it might be
9.
higher.
9.
9. Okay. So, you're going to do a condition because the effect is going to be temporary. And the effect is a superpower. Yeah, as you run into him, energy, the kind of energy that Imperium Prime would wield, bursts out of you. And it sends Mr. Cool, or it sends Cool flying. He is hurled all the way back, smashed into some lockers.
Holy shit! Did you see what just happened?
Which are dented. Everyone's like, what? What's... Whoa! Jabber's is like, what did that freak do? Shogun, just grab this guy before it's too late. Shogun is getting ready to grab you. So, what are you doing, Gus?
Without thinking, he directly engages the threat.
Ooh, alright, roll directly engage.
That would be a 9. Wait. Yeah, a 9.
Okay, so
With
pick
the-
one. Yeah.
That would be. Sorry.
And something weird happens when you do this. Let me know what you pick, and I'll tell you the strange thing.
Impress, surprise, or frighten.
Okay, and what's frightening is
So,
that he is
I'll
hit.
go with surprise and impress, maybe with
Oh, he's frightened
the
too
little
because
backhand.
it is not a backhand with a hand. It is a backhand with a metal hand. For a moment, a metal robot arm comes back, catches gun, and just shoves him aside, and then vanishes like it was never there.
What?
Whoa! So Zondu, you were looking over all this. Now Waki is moving back. He's got poor Sebi. He's already been wounded. He's getting his knife ready for another stab, and he's like, "I'm gonna carve some nonsense poetry into all of you."
I've loosened his grip with my blood.
Oh no, his grip is still iron hard. So Zondu, what do you do?
So he's looking at the situation and thinking to himself, these are the people I want to hang out with? That's who Ty wants? That's who I want as my friend? This is wrong. So no, he looks over at Sebi and says, I'm gonna help this guy out. So I'm gonna pelt Jabber with the balloons.
Ooh, okay. I can see this being a defend or directly engage, or even unleash your powers. You want to try and get something strange to happen.
I think you got a way to improve the balloons. Mix one with the other. Mix the dice.
Alien tech the balloons.
All right, all right. Roll the alien tech and let's see what happens.
All
Things
right.
are gonna- let's get weird.
So that's plus freak, so 8. It works.
Okay, it's not even temporary. It's just
On a hit, I create a device that can do something impossible once and then fizzle.
all right. What is the impossible thing this balloon does?
Right, so I fill it up with as much of the different dice as I can. And I throw it up, and it makes an entirely different color.
Whoa!
Like the tackiest color that could ever be
He
possible.
creates Octoroon.
Yes.
Oh man!
Yes, so it smacks him right in the face.
Ooh! It bullseyes him. He is reeling back and weakened, and this because this is when you appear. He still has his knife in his hand. He's like, "What? Who did that?"
So I have pirouetted, or not pirouetted. I did a forward somersault off of the balance beam, came running over, and then I sweeped the leg.
Oh, nice!
'Cause that's
Like your
what I
favorite
did.
movie, The Karate Kid.
That's right.
Yeah, but you're using the building.
All right, why don't you roll directly engage?
Let's see. So that is a 8.
All right, you can take one.
I take his blade from him.
Ooh, all right, and you pull the switchblade away.
Yeah.
And Jabber's is like, "There's something wrong with all of you." He's freaking out, and now you're hearing some whistles are blowing. Mr. Dancer has come, but also who has arrived is the Vice Principal, Mr. Weaver, or Vice Principal Weaver. And VP Weaver is known as a total hard-ass ball buster. He is kind of a tall, lean fellow. Somehow his face always seems kind of shadowed, maybe covered in some cobwebs he ran through, so you can't get quite a good look at it. And he runs over and he's like, "What are you troublemakers doing now?"
For maximum trouble, can I actually have, like, his arm behind his back and the blade up to his neck?
Oh, sure.
Right when he comes over?
LaRouge! Unhand that boy. What are you doing with a deadly weapon?
I mean, I was just going to carve my initials in his neck.
Jeb was just like, this guy made something explode and she just took a knife and now she's mocking me and my nervous voice.
I am just trying to hide.
Look, Mr. Weaver,
Yeah,
you
you're-
started it. She took his knife fair and square. That was awesome. That was pretty cool.
Mr. Dancer's like,
We don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what is. Yeah.
I would like to provoke Jabbers here.
Okay.
I want to go something along the lines of, like, he had to have let Cosette do that because she's a girl, right? To try and make this all Jabber's fault. Or at least let the principal know that.
alright, why don't you roll that one?
6, 7, 8, 9. So,
Okay, you'll gain a critical opportunity, which is he could sort of believe you and not like totally punish Cosette, or you could get +1 against VP Weaver in the future, or
I'll take the +1.
okay. Cosette, if you drop the knife by now,
What did he say? Like,
Because that's just a girl. I mean, do you really think that,
trying to rely on the sexism of the day.
is there, like, any sort of, like, archery targets around?
Yeah, just across the
Cool.
field there.
I just lift the blade at an archery target.
Whoa,
Trying to hit it.
and bullseyes it. Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about throwing no knives, man.
LaRouge, once again, you're insubordinate. Oh, really? Really? You're just gonna do that? You're doing it again! An obscene gesture right here to me, the vice principal. And I forgot that. That's what he already had. He's so enraged. How dare you do such a besmirching the honor of Saturday detention?
Oh no! What will I do?
And you get Saturday detention too.
For what?
For trying to intervene.
Why don't you make it 2 Saturdays?
Yes, I do make it 2
Oh,
Saturdays.
That's
That's what you get.
Why don't
and you're getting Saturday attention too. You're part of this, and you say. What do you have to say for yourself?
Nothing.
Well, you got Saturday attention as well, because you came up with a better excuse. And it's
I was slinking away, but
and you were trying to run away from the scene of your own crime.
I wasn't running.
Mr. Gus.
There's no running in the hallway.
Oh, just like you run away from Spanish class. I've seen your report card. You are going to fail and flunk out. You are taking Saturday attention. He spins around. Somehow, Zandu, he knows you're there. It's like preternatural senses. And he comes walking right over to you, and you can tell there's something very angry about him.
Hi, Mr. Vice
You
Principal.
think you're in charge of this place, don't you?
No.
Trying to replace me, eh?
No. Well, I do have a dream of working, in education. So.
Disrespectful. Saturday detention.
Oh, come on!
So, before you can get much worse than that, Mr. Dancer is able to kind of usher you guys away, sends you right to the nurse to get taken care of.
Is, like, Jabber still around, or did he, like...
He's kind of like crawling his away. The tension kind of went away from him.
Okay. I'm gonna, like, go over to him and whisper in his ear, "Hey, bitch. Snitches get stitches where I'm from. You don't know shit about Dorchester."
Can Zandu's alien...
Whoa, she's from Boston?
Yeah.
Wow. New identity for LaRouge there.
Can the alien tech ink be permanent, or at least permanent-ish?
Oh, yeah.
So Jabbers is now, like, purple?
Oh, yeah, he's purple for
It's
sure.
gonna take a month to wash it out.
Oh, yeah, he's just raging about this new purple skin color.
It's a good look for you.
I just, like, lightly tap him on the shoulder and go, "Watch your back, cheese eater."
Ooh. Because that's going like working class Boston now. I love it.
Just on occasions.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
She's really mad when
so-
Boston comes out.
This is the end of Friday. next week or tomorrow, Saturday, you guys all have that Saturday detention. Wow. So, like, what do you tell your parents? And you think, are they like? Because I'm sure some of them are. This is probably unusual.
I try to come up with an excuse how I've already died. Because I don't want to get the wrath. But I'm just kidding.
And you let them know. I mean, they're sad, but I think once you tell them the truth, they'll be sort of forgiving. I imagine. Well, you live with your grandma, I think.
I think my parents are on the PTO.
Yeah, so they're probably very
involved.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
And disappointed.
Seti just tells his dad the truth because he has a lovely relationship with him in this dimension.
Whoa, and his son's like, well, as long as you're all right, I'm proud of you. I just want you to follow your dreams.
I'm just gonna go on Saturday for some extra Spanish lessons.
Well, all right.
They're mandatory.
All right, Gus, I think you need them. We got your progress report.
Yeah.
What about Cosette?
So in Cosette's household, they only speak in French, and she says in French.
No. Français.
J'ai les détentions maintenant parce que tous les mon principal est un canal.
Ooh.
And then they're like fight the system.
Oh, yeah, I imagine they're kind of cool with it.
Yeah.
Except for your weird uncle who's staying over and who's just eating ortal. Yeah, because except for your weird uncle who's just over there in the corner getting super drunk and eating songbirds, just grabbing them from the trees, they're shoving them in wine cups and then just ripping their heads off and being like, "Destroy them all, Cosette. You can do it." Algeria was ours, damn it! What about Zandu's parents? I'm sure they don't care about him at all.
Actually, I'm pretty sure he's adopted.
I mean, that's probably true. Maybe his adoptive parents care about him a lot, but he still knows he's kind of an orphan here and imagines, why did they leave him? So kind of sad, I guess.
Yeah, but I think they would be proud that he did the right thing.
I think so. I mean, maybe they're a bunch of weird aliens who want you to take over the world and just abandon you.
Yeah.
And then, what about you?
So Chris's family is pretty sort of supportive, but they are disappointed that like they're mostly confused as to why the vice principal gave him detention for helping out his friends.
Hey, VP Weaver's a dick, man.
Yeah.
I understand the confusion now. You thought I said canar. I said colnar.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be French. I just tried to get what I could out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just said that the principal's an asshole.
So the next day, that asshole vice principal, you're all in the library, you're all like together, it's pretty empty. The dance is not for quite a while. So VP Weaver comes in and says, "All right, you troublemakers. Now."
Wait, do you have your character sheets? Maybe.
You don't have your character sheet, or?
I think I might have left it at home.
Okay, well, just the whole sheet.
No, the D&D sheet.
No, like
your D&D sheets. Okay, cool. I know it's confusing.
Yeah,
doing a real world game. How do you manage? So he says, "Now I know you've all made some mistakes. Now listen, until the dance this evening, it's a little bit of a skeleton crew here. La Rouge, enough. There's just me, one of the janitors, not your father, the other one, Mr.
Just
Prince.
the other one.
Yes, the other janitor. His name is you. I'm sure you all know Mr. Prince with his strange pet pigeon, who's always lurking around. Don't bother him while he goes about his duties. Something's off about him, perhaps, but we employ him nonetheless. Also, Principal Knight is here working as always. He is not to be bothered. He's in his office down the hall. Do not ever see Principal Knight."
Well, I wish you didn't bother my dad first, man. I got hit hard.
Well, I think you should all learn a lesson from this.
What's
Don't
that?
try to be heroes. There's no room for heroes in this world.
So wait,
If
so you know that we were in the right, but you still gave us detention?
Well, you chose to be heroes, and there's really no... Oh, look, Rouge, are you making more obscene gestures? I will see you back here again next Saturday. And yes, I remember I already gave you that detention.
And why isn't Jabbers in detention? He pulled a knife. Hell.
Well,
He wasn't supposed to have that knife. What? Why is he not here?
Look, we're getting conflicting reports. All I know is that you,
What's
all of you were mouthing off to me. Well,
No,
Mr.
I
Giles,
like
very
it.
respect.
I like it here. I'd like to have a
School.
third week of detention.
Well, you've got it, LaRouche.
Cool, make it 4.
It's there. I think we're going to get very well acquainted.
I can see you all year.
Now, all of you, listen to me. You mess with the spider, you get the web.
That is a very lame pun.
Oh, you get detention next week
That's
too, Zandu.
really inaccurate spider metaphor.
They're the most wonderful creatures. I love them, so I try and work them into my metaphors. Don't insult my love of arachnids.
I like it too when I step on them.
Oh, you.
Oh crap!
All right. Anyway,
Dragons are better. Dragons are so much better.
stay here. Endure this Saturday. Later, I might put you to work, helping to get ready for the dance. And I'll repeat myself: do not bother or even see Principal Knight. And with that, he leaves. So you guys are alone in the library.
Wait. So does he not want us to see Principal Knight, or is he
Like, what are we
provoking us
supposed
to do
He,
that?
like, walks by.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we just say hi?
I feel like he
You guys know
was.
what he looks like? I mean,
Never met him.
I feel like he was using reverse psychology and he wants us to
Yeah,
see
that's what it sounded like.
Principal Knight is what I think, guys.
my dad hasn't even seen Principal Knight.
Yeah, nobody. No, he never has.
No, I'm
You're
kind
all
of
day.
curious now. Like,
Like, he cleans his own office. Who does that?
yeah,
Never leaves that office.
Right?
I am kind of curious to see what's going on over there.
Me too. Also, I already took a bunch of mushrooms.
Cool.
My uncle! I still have a few. Want some?
God.
No.
How'd you use these?
You just eat them. They're gonna make you feel a little bit sick afterwards, but you ride past that and yeah, it makes detention go by so fast.
Oh, okay.
You guys have fun.
Well, honestly, kind of prefer this than hanging out with Ty again.
Right?
Why do you do that?
I
He has such little arms.
I just wanted to be accepted, you know. But
What's wrong with us?
you know what? Nothing. Nothing's wrong with you guys.
Wait, go to the water fountain instead when they're thinking.
Except when we get out and all of them want to kill us.
At least now we have something in common.
Those guys can't kill shit, not without a gun.
What? Whoa! Did Cassette bring a gun to school?
And everybody just knocks.
Wow. named Bouvier? Bouvier?
It's here's Beauvoir.
Yeah, Beauvoir. Wow.
Oh, no. Jacket.
Please tell me that's unloaded.
Does Cassette not have trigger discipline?
Nope.
I doubt it. Well, just as you're putting that gun away, the door opens and the actual janitor, or not the other janitor, your father being the first janitor, first among equals perhaps.
Lead janitor.
Yes, the janitor, the co-janitor, vice janitor, I don't know. Mr. Prince comes in with his famous pet pigeon perched on his head. He's an old, kind of gray-haired, stooped-over man, being like, "Oh yes, just mopping out the room. Oh, and I see. Oh, hello there, Chris. I must admit, I'm rather surprised to find that you've flown into this coop.
It is a little weird, yeah. I was just trying to save my friends.
Well, we all need saving." And he leans closer and be like, "Everybody here, this is a lie." He does raise his voice so you can all hear that.
It does feel a little strange.
I thought that maybe it was just because of the severe amount of mushrooms that I'm on, but yeah, things seem like really unreal, man.
I've had all these dreams that, like, I'm half man, half dragon. It's really weird.
Not to mention the shockwave and the
That is
phantom
true.
metal
That
fist.
was really cool.
What?
The metal fist. You didn't see that behind your back? No. No?
He did see it. Maybe he's denying it.
I'm
wait.
seeing it right now.
Can I just ask? I want to make sure of something really quickly. You guys just were going to do detention without taking a shit ton of drugs. That is not doing detention correctly.
It's not.
Gotta do detention right.
Dude, this is, I think, the first time that I've been here, so...
Sebi's just at his desk trying to figure out how to use his bandages to hide coins.
Is it kicking in already? Man, you must not take them very often.
Pigeon Mr. Prince says, just say no to accepting the illusion you're all trapped in.
You got it, man.
No, this is beyond mushrooms. Tell me, haven't all of you had dreams of something else?
Didn't I just say that?
Yes, exactly. Like him. Like Dragon Boy over there. I've had dreams where I commanded an empire of pigeons.
I've
already do that?
Well, no, I just have the one.
Oh.
I've had dreams where I kick shit tons of ass, and I kick shit tons of ass. Yeah.
It's true, perhaps, but why don't some of you try it? Try and...
Guys, can you see what my fingers are doing?
Why don't I don't know. I just dream about money.
Well, perhaps that's the true you. Why don't you try
Why
it?
should
Try
trials of the rich and famous?
Well, in my dreams, I am really strong.
Try and find some of this inner power. Unleash it. Unleash your powers, somebody.
In my dreams, I'm bad and beautiful. Dream warriors, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 motherfuckers.
I can't even understand what's going on. Now.
So
It's like they're in a different language or something.
He wants. There might be.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa!
So I think-
very good, Gus.
I think I'm gonna go and try and find like something that would be inconspicuous, but still like some sort of like metal bar or something that would be sort of inconspicuous if I actually did something. And
Yeah, that's like a giant like cart for library books, or like if you want to like bend it. Is that your?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll unleash your powers to try and do this.
It's a 7.
Okay, so you do it for like a second. Like the scales appear, and you have dragon arms for like half a second.
Did you guys see that?
No.
I gotta tell you, I'm seeing a lot of things right now, man.
Well, besides you two.
Sebi will try to unleash his powers too. Just because his power was pretty much money, he's gonna pull out his wallet and see what's in there.
Oh, all right. Let's see how you roll there.
Yes.
Dang.
That is a 12.
Oh yeah.
So he pulls out his wallet.
Yeah, you have a fortune. Yeah.
Wait, what?
In reality, you are rich, says the prince.
How is your wallet even able to hold
Can you actually do magic? Can you actually do magic?
I guess. Just like watch. Money.
The magic of money. Prince says, Mr. Knight knows the secret. Find him. Get into his office. Maybe, of course, VP Weaver. I think he's tasked with keeping the illusion running.
Yeah,
He is kind of
right on. Hey, man,
It'd be a lot easier
are you
with
feeling them,
keys.
man? Are you
Would
feeling
be,
those
yeah.
mushrooms, man? Are you like super high?
So
All
you
right,
You
he's
wanted to give us?
Oh,
That would
okay.
be
Roll provoke for the keys.
Dude, they're portobello mushrooms.
Oh man.
I love detention pranks.
That was the.
Wait, who's to say
Is that
he doesn't have
provoke
an
or-
allergic reaction to mushrooms?
Oh yeah, that's true, man. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Did you say provoke?
Yes, so it's plus superior.
So that would be a 10.
Whoa. Okay. He's like, good point, Gus. He gives you the keyring.
I did not think that would work.
Now,
Wow. Wow.
but you need to find some way to distract the hawk-like eye of VP Weaver.
On it.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right. So what's the plan?
I'm gonna distract the shit out of him.
All right. Well, the rest of you guys try to sneak into the office. Sure.
It's what I'm good at. And anyways, I've already got detention for the rest of the year. And, he can't expel me because I'm like the best athlete at several different sports. Because jocks rule this school, yeah. Seriously, we do. So
You do?
I can literally do anything I want now.
Yeah, don't rub our faces on there.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, you know
I
Tyrant.
said that out loud again.
Even though he's not, he's kind of too small for all the teams. Well, he runs the school. He's the prep.
He's the rich boy.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
probably
time to
do
make
a
a
whole
distraction.
Oh, a little
She says and
thing
pulls out
in
a
my
gun.
back.
Oh no!
The gun.
Squirt, squirt.
Oh.
Oh, it was only a water gun.
Yeah, but it's the 80s, so it's like a hyper-realistic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oof, I'm just glad you're not bringing a real gun to school. Alright, so,
When did I see that? They didn't even have orange tips.
yeah.
I'm gonna try something with this
Alien
thing.
tech.
Oh, alright, roll the alien tech on the squirt gun.
Laser gun.
I don't
laser
know.
gun, laser
I've
gun,
been
laser
having
gun.
this dream that I'm supposed to be something, the great something. But this is like
Great
a
Victor.
the great
maybe.
Victor, the great Victor Zondu. Wait,
That doesn't sound right.
no, it doesn't. I'll think of something.
Yeah.
Doesn't it just feel like there should be something on our shoulders? Something we're carrying, maybe popped more and flowy?
A cape.
Perhaps.
Splendid.
The mask stands until tonight.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna use one of those balloons with the dye and the water gun.
Oh, sure. So what's,
still have
how'd it go?
this.
Yes. It doesn't go
like
over
your
well.
weapons.
Well, actually, it does. I got a
Ooh.
6. So, alien tech on a miss. The device works, but it has a completely unintended side effect that the GM will reveal when I use it.
Alright,
So I'm going to replace the water with the dye. Like all of the dye I mixed together.
Ooh, alright, so we'll actually squirt. Okay, I'll let you know what the effect is. You give it to Cosette?
Yep.
Alright, so Cosette,
Upgraded.
let's let you run after VP Weaver
Okay.
with this distraction device. What are you doing to him? Just giving him the old squirt?
The plan was to give him a squirt, but I know that like something horrible happened.
No, you know.
You don't.
Your character does not know.
Oh, my
None of
character
us
doesn't
know.
know. Okay.
I think it may have.
Yeah, you might just think it's the purple dye.
Yeah.
Alright, so you just rush over and give him. So what do you do with this gun?
Is he like
yeah.
wandering the
Mark
halls?
the
Like
Yeah,
what's
just
he
kind
doing?
of keeping an eye on things.
I say, I go, hey punk,
And he spins around.
make my day. Squirt, squirt.
What? LaRouche, how dare you?
I guess that's a directly engaged.
You need to roll. I mean, it's not too hard to hit somebody with a squirt gun. But the problem is, as you squirt him, like, the vice principal, sweater vest, jacket with pad combo he was wearing fades away. He is wearing a, military spider with a Y style uniform. It hits his face, too. You can see that clear, mirrored faceplate hiding it.
Holy crap.
And he's like, LaRouche.
Squirt, squirt.
Doesn't work on you. Here's
Now
a-
you just got dye.
now
dyes
down
purple.
and down the hall, out of nowhere, some of those spider combat robots start marching in.
Uh-oh.
And he's like, just points to you, get her.
Okay. Track and field, bitches.
And you take off. Alright, meanwhile,
think that's our cue.
yeah, it's a big distraction. So meanwhile, you guys didn't see the robot legions infesting the school. You guys, thanks to that great distraction, I'm going to make you roll to sneak.
I guess follow me.
Yeah, you all head over and you put your key into the lock to Mr. Knight's office, or Principal Knight's office. You go inside, and it is not an office that belongs in this earthly plane of existence. From your fantasy novel ways, Nick or Chris, it's very similar to something that would be in one of those. There's like standing stones and moss, and this old like throne of stone in the center, all carved over, and there, sitting in full armor, is this like.
I pull out a notebook and start writing this down.
Yeah, it's very high fantasy, and they're like slouching in this this throne is a broken down knight in armor with like a big kind of busted broadsword just kind of leaning on it, and he's got his helmet which is cracked and broken. He's just kind of looking down and resting, and he looks up and you can see there is someone there in the visor, but he just kind of looks like shadow as he's watching you come in.
Weird. Not what I was expecting from Principal Knight.
Night. How do you go to the bathroom?
Night with a K, I guess.
Yeah.
It was always spelled knight with a K.
I actually had spelled it right with a K.
That is the correct spelling.
I'm not there, but
Yeah, I almost did. I was like, I almost questioned whether it was Knight.
Principal Connect.
Alright, so he's like, you shouldn't be here.
Well,
You shouldn't be wearing armor.
I mean, you're a principal.
I am in charge of this, yes. The principal power in this little realm.
Yeah, we were told by Mr. Prince that you knew something about what's going on. Like, it feels weird. Like, this doesn't feel right.
Why don't you roll provoke to see how well you're getting through to him?
What is it plus?
Plus superior.
Oh, jeez. That's a 7.
Okay, so he's like, I'm not gonna make you make him pick one of these exactly, but so he's gonna be. He's not totally trusting you, so he'll be a little. He's like, maybe he won't reveal the whole truth to you unless someone else tries to get through to him.
Yeah, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah, you're getting part of the truth. He says, the Pigeon Prince, one of the more difficult fellows here. He does not accept the rest that I offer, but I urge you to, please, go back outside and pretend this never happened. I can aid in the forgetting, but you have to agree to it.
But I really like the dreams that I've been having.
And I have lots of money now.
Yeah, it's money after money's coming out of your wallet.
In this world, I get beat up every day. So why would I enjoy this?
He says, and you would perhaps prefer to be the alternative, to be the strong,
Maybe.
the mighty, the hero.
Yeah. That sounds pretty nice.
My son, I have done all of that, and let me tell you, it ends in tragedy.
Red Sox roll!
Cousins! You hear VP shouting behind you. He's like, LaRouge, her spirit was almost impossible to fool. And even now I see she's trying to rebel and break free. She's like fire, but she'll go to ash eventually. And I urge you, all of you will, please go away and leave me here. The Broken Knight has no more need for heroism.
Is that try to pierce the mask?
Yes, you can do
Well,
this.
Try
Yeah,
to
go for it.
See what he's saying when he's saying it?
Yeah, roll plus mundane.
Ooh, nice.
Well, not really. Because mundane is -2, so...
Uh-oh, sad.
That's, well, you know what? That's still a 9.
Okay, so you get to ask one from these questions. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to? Or how could I gain influence over you?
I'll ask him what he's really planning.
He's really planning to keep you here. Like, he's kind of in charge of this illusion. He totally believes in, like, there shouldn't be heroes. Heroism just leads to sadness, as he's experienced. And it's better to just be normal and live your lives like normal people.
What illusion?
Well, by now you should realize. I mean, do you think there's like?
Oh, he's very much in denial.
There's like not a weird fantasy throne room hanging out in the principal's office. I don't have metal arms.
This must be something for like.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Cosette, as you're like doing this chase and you're running past. Yeah, you're running by and you can see the open door to this
I
fantasy
was
world.
actually hoping that maybe there could be a joke in here when he was like, what? Like, what was it that you said? What something?
What illusion?
What is the illusion?
If he could say, when he says, what is the illusion, if before the robot dragon could crash through the ceiling right at that moment.
Ooh, okay. To assist you outside, you mean?
Yeah,
Or-
to assist me outside, but it's just come tearing through.
Yeah, you guys see this too. Yeah.
I can roll like a...
Yes. Do roll for that.
That's a 9.
Okay. So it smashes through. But it
Provide
won't-
that's freak.
Yeah, but it will not last forever. But yes, this giant dragon does smash through. And you can turn around behind you and see this humongous mecha dragon bursting through the ceiling.
dreams were cool. That moment, can I freak out and try to just like shield or something like that?
Yeah, you can
Bust through the
see.
ceiling, or is it like not debris everywhere?
It's further back.
Okay.
There's no ceiling in the principal's office,
Gotcha.
which again doesn't make sense, but that's how it is. There's just kind of a weird night sky.
And you hear Cosette go, how you like them apples? I have to do it at some point.
Yeah, you got to.
And like there's the sound of robots fighting robot dragons out in the hallway.
For sure.
That sounds... Should we do something about that?
No!
Can you do something about that?
I can and I will, but I want to make it clear to you. Look outside that destruction and chaos. That's what heroism brings.
It's
I'm
kind
off.
of fun,
Is
actually.
there any?
I love
is he pointing
destruction
to
and
some- What is he
chaos!
pointing at when he says
Just outside of this robot dragon battling a bunch of robots.
Yeah, like a giant thing of like heliotropic energy bursts in the hall and like destroys a whole bunch of lockers.
Yeah, it's just vaporizing lockers. The robots are shooting their laser guns at it and getting melted and by the blast. And
I would like to try and pierce his mask as well.
okay.
So as he's saying this, I'm gonna say, that it's better to burn out and turn to ash than just stay in the dark forever.
Ooh, all right.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is a 10.
Oh, that's a nice roll there.
Question
you
I'm
asked
going to
three.
ask is, how could I get your character to let us out of the illusion?
Ooh, okay. You got to convince him. Maybe by saving him or something, or just convince him with your words and your knowledge of the past, because more of it's coming through now, and more of it will come through in a moment. That heroism is the way to go. That hiding in this illusion is not the answer.
How could I gain influence over you?
I mean, I would say emphasizing with him, like understanding the pain he's gone through. Could you do that? Yeah.
I don't really have another question that's worth asking.
All right.
It's like, what are you really planning? What do you intend to do? Sounds
Yeah.
like keep us here.
Yep, that's pretty simple. He's just the broken knight just wants you to stay here.
Principal Knight, you say that heroism causes destruction, but if there are no heroes, then who's there to save the innocent?
Ooh. Okay, why don't you all provoke?
That's superior again.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a 9.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna say you get +1 influence to him. He's like,
Points back to the hallway. That's,
Yeah.
that's not innocence.
Out in the
Yeah.
hall, somehow or other, Cosette's gotten roller skates.
yeah, they
And she-
prepared on you as you're running
She
around.
says, "Mangez ma merde, putain!"
Don't speak French! LaRouge is shouting. Stop it! Can't make this dragon go away!
I mean, if anything, I don't think regular people are gonna be able to handle that.
That's very
the Broken Knight says, good, very, very good point, Vizandu. Calling you Vizandu.
Vizandu.
And he's like, you of all people should be willing to accept this. Isn't this better? You were an abandoned warrior, forgotten by your people, left to become a joke. Here you get to be normal. You get to fit. Yes, he's from another world. He's an alien.
I'm an alien?
Yes, but don't know. I mean, I let that slip. But anyway, my point is,
it's true.
in another life, the life I saved you from,
So are you like from Mexico or Canada?
more like
Oh, guys, my parents are from Canada.
he's Boston, French Canadian.
Her parents are from Quebec, and she was born in Boston. And now living here.
That makes sense. He says, on Earth, you were always going to be an outsider, but now you get to be now you get to be normal. Isn't that worth staying in this illusion for?
Like, I'm accepted here.
It's true. It's
Honestly.
one of those things like we may not be accepted as heroes in this other world, but we're not really accepted here either.
This isn't better than our old lives. In fact, I'd say it's kind of worse.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I don't like getting beat up every day. I mean, if my dreams are true, I had impenetrable scales. Like, I was afraid of that knife when
Yeah,
Jabber was
yeah.
there. Like, I don't like that. I don't want to be afraid anymore.
Ooh, okay.
I handsome to save someone, and that felt good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And Kyle, I pushed him over. It may have looked like an accident, but I did it to save you guys, and I would do it again.
Okay, the Broken Knight is starting to... You can tell, even though his face is totally hidden by this helmet, that he's getting some indecision about this.
Cosette's skates in at this point.
Oh!
Goes, you know what? I'm wicked awesome, whichever thing you put me into.
I don't think that's gonna help.
You see, even when you do pull your illusion thing, some people don't even change at all.
LaRouche,
Yeah, I just dream about being me because I just kick ass, honestly.
Yeah, and next thing you're gonna do is destroy this whole room. He says as his rival enters the room,
oh, they actually have
using
one.
my enabling move.
Oh,
Oh, so what do you do?
So wait.
Oh, wait, no, he's trying to roll to make you destroy
it's,
the room.
Oh, right, I forgot I'm
So hold on, sorry.
I know, a lot of
that
things are
works
kind of
again.
mixed up when all your powers and stuff went away, but they're,
So that's a
they're coming
provoke.
back.
Yeah.
And then by roll danger instead.
okay.
Yeah. So that's a 9.
Okay, so what's the effect on me?
It's provoking you into doing something rash or poorly thought out.
Yeah, so what,
Like
Oh,
destroy
I
this entire room. Hey,
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a bonus to your bonus.
yeah, it's
Maybe
very
you had the
off-brand.
thought, but you're just feeling the fire.
Yeah, so what does Cosette do when she hears this?
I go, well, I mean, if you want me to destroy the room, the dragon just
Yeah, with that, Beauvoir.
Beauvoir.
Oh,
Yeah.
please correct me. Yeah, smashes through and it's just like starts laying waste to the standing stones.
That's cool, by the way.
I don't know. Maybe in this universe, it is Bouvier, and it's wearing like a Jackie Kennedy hat.
Yeah.
It's his related name. I don't know.
So the Broken Knight, like he's like, enough of this. You don't understand. None of this is real. I'm the master here.
I don't think you understand. We're gonna save the day, whether you help us or not.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta say one thing right now. Beauvoir's the master at something, and that's breaking dancing. I don't know, break dancing. Yeah, that. Can someone drop a beat?
Well, he's like, well, speaking of dancing, I'm done with this. Seeing the dragon being back in like a battlefield has unfortunately triggered some very bad memories for him. He smashes his swords down and the illusion changes. Time changes. You are now, it's Saturday evening, it's the dance, the masked dance, and you're all there. Dressed up in,
or Sunday
spectacular 80s era prom finery.
Powder blue tux.
Oh, you know it.
I'm dressed like
So many ruffles.
I'm dressed like Winona Ryder's character in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that also makes sense.
I'm wearing my costume.
Ooh.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
Yeah.
my stage magician costume. This just feels right.
Yeah, but
Oh, life is a dark room. One big dark room. Get it?
No.
Get? Oh my god, you guys.
so the band is
I don't have time
playing.
to watch movies.
It's Technicolor, of course. Technicolor cover band. And there's a throng of students all around you dancing, probably like a wall of dancing individuals. And you can see up ahead, like the illusion's starting to break down a little bit. Like you can see like a lot of them are just repeating the same movements. It's the same like five models being reused. And up ahead, racing through them, you can see the Hollow Knight, like he's kind of trying to escape and get out of there, just to like get away from your presence, because you're.
I think we should follow him.
It is like he's trying to kind of put the throng of dancing people behind you, or between him and you.
I'm gonna.
And at this point, your powers are definitely starting to return. Like
Okay, so then
you're a scaly dragon in a tuxedo. Is what I'm saying.
yeah. So then, can I use my unstoppable move?
Yeah.
All right. So I roll plus danger, and then see if I actually hit. That's a 9. So on a 7 to a 9, I either choose one, marking the addition, leave something behind, or take something with me.
Take one of us with you.
Yeah.
How are you doing that? And which one is going along for the ride?
I feel like Cosette would be a little bit more helpful, so I'm gonna
Just grab her.
grab her and just bowl through the crowd.
Okay.
Are you guys dancing together as you went to dance?
No, I'm literally bowling through the crowd.
Man,
I like your
someone
new
got
look.
paid
It's
out of
really
this.
draconic. It's
Thank
cool.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, you charge your way through. It's kind of like the Hounds of Love music videos when I'm sort of imagining.
Punch.
I'm going to try to do my. It's morphin time.
Yeah, go for it.
Go Power
Wow, that
Rangers.
sucks. But so there's some sort of opportunity that's been created. It worked, but there's an opportunity.
Someone attacks you during
All
your
right,
transformation
here's what
sequence.
happens. As you're rushing through, you are blasted with a high-powered laser cannon. And as you look over by the doorway, oh yeah,
Well, just because she's my rival and there's a laser cannon blasting at her, even if he's in denial, he would still defend his rival because nobody gets to take them out but him.
ooh, all right, we'll defend, and I'll tell you who fired this laser.
13.
Nice. Okay,
And those would be the tentacles in full.
yeah, they're just
The
rushing
ones
over
that he doesn't
catching the
believe
laser.
exist.
I don't have tentacles. I just have
But having
arms.
a weird sense of deja vu since this happened once.
And who fired the laser? Now in his full power armor is the Tyrant, who is like emerging from the doorway to block it. Yeah, yes, but now he's in the big suit.
Rants.
Yes, Tyrant was the
Yeah.
Tyrant, and
Yes.
and now he's like,
Thanks for the assist. I want to call you a dickhead for some reason.
No, the feeling's mutual.
so the Tyrant's like, you idiots, you're gonna ruin everything. Zondu, time to earn your stripes. Take him out.
Yeah, no.
What does Zondu do? What does Vizandu do?
I am going to produce a star, an unstable star, that's going to go nova into space.
Okay, go for it.
Freak. That's a 6. It's going to go nova in my face.
Yeah, I guess.
Unless we have team points.
Yeah, you can use team points if you need to.
Mind if I...
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys are like 2 at this point. Go ahead.
So I'll use 1 to boost it up to a 7.
All right. This is unleash your powers or directly engage.
Unleash my powers.
Ooh.
Or, since I'm trying to blow them up,
Yeah.
I guess it would be, what, danger?
Well, directly engage would be you're actually trying to hurt him. Unleash your powers is like you're reshaping the environment, or.
Oh, I'm definitely reshaping the environment. So, yes.
All right. I'm gonna say it is temporary. So you like blast him back to give him some space, but he is not really damaged by it.
For some reason, I feel we'll need a cheer for that. Hold back.
All right. Meanwhile, Emerald Drake and Cosette,
Yes.
you're racing through, and you're nearing the Hollow Knight. He's like kind of racing for the exit.
I've got a super suit.
Oh. Go for it.
Right.
Okay, but and he makes it to the door. He's like getting out to the lobby. It's like kind of that dream-like thing where you're just running and running, but he's always ahead. You're not going anywhere. And then someone else slides in the way to stop you. It is Tiffany, but now Tiffany's a vampire.
Cool.
She's the Crimson Empress. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so happy you're a vampire because here, as George Harrison once said, here comes the sun.
Oh, all right.
Doing
Roll.
a heliokinesis directly engaged.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot.
Oh no, Tiffany. R.I.P.
So
Tiffany.
yeah, that's 12.
Wow. All right. Pick 2.
12 sunblast right in the face. I gotta look at what 2 I can pick. I'm gonna resist and avoid their blows, and I'm gonna take something from them, which is her complexion, because now she's all burning and bubbly.
Oh yeah, and she's like, my perfect skin. I'll have to bathe in blood for a year to make this look better. As she reels away, Emerald, or actually, so
She's
Emerald.
wicked vain.
Oh, for sure. So meanwhile, you two are still kind of back in the crowd. I'm speaking to Empyrean Prime and Xanatos. As you're a bit further back, Jabberwocky and some of his Wonderland gang are coming through, and he's no longer just the mean bully. He is now the sneering, heavily armed cultist maniac that you remember from our previous arc. He's toting some heavy weaponry, and he's like,
Those pants.
"You are dead, and I mean that quite literally." And he's bringing up his assault rifle to open fire on you. You get one. You can do one thing before it happens.
No! And reality storm him.
Oh, okay. Did you charge your burn earlier?
Yeah, I'm gonna burn up if that's possible.
Yeah, let's have you do that in the reality storm.
That's 3, and then no, wait, that's a condition. Okay, so that's 2. So I'm still in Reality Storm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's destructive versus directly engage.
Okay.
6 plus 2 is 8.
Ooh, nice.
Doing some collateral damage.
Yeah, I freaked out. So
Yeah, I mean, you're
punch
just
team
blown.
was gone.
Yeah, and this is absolutely. Well, this is absolutely the end of carry, I would say. We did foreshadow that earlier. That's what's happening now. This gym is blowing up. The illusions are just fading away. It's like an empty gym almost. And Jabberwocky is like blowing back, and his heavily armed cult is being smashed apart and destroyed. He falls back. He's like heavily hit, but he still has his gun out. He's going to try and get a shot off at you. So, Natos, what do you do?
So I'm going to go pull out a series of $100 bills, straighten out. They become playing cards, and I toss them at him. These are going to be some of my gadgets. These are exploding playing cards.
Ooh, nice.
So this will be a directly engaged to the threat.
Go for it.
5, 6, 7, 8. So still a hit. I choose 1. Does he have his sword or a knife out or something?
He's an assault rifle.
Okay, I'm tempted to take his pants again, just as a repeat.
Make the
Honey,
nickname
yeah.
stick. Make the nickname stick.
Pantsless Jabberwocky.
Running back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm a delinquent. It's what I do.
Yeah, that makes sense. His pants are once again ripped away.
Yeah, so a playing card right into the belt buckle, and
No more pants.
My pants! R.I.P. Jabberwocky's pants. So, meanwhile, all this chaos is going on in the gym. Cosette and Emerald Drake managed to make it outside. And it's just sort of like the illusion is almost done by this point. There's just like empty green, like the basic field. Which was not there before. It was a pretty active town, but now it's all gone. Just fields and this high school gymnasium sitting in the middle of nowhere. And the Hollow Knight is still kind of like trying to run away from you guys.
I mean, do you want to do something?
Is that a French accent?
Yes, I'm from France. Of course, it's a French accent.
Oh, okay.
you are certainly a dragon.
That is very true.
My superpower is being French.
That's true. Well,
So true.
I've only worked with you once before, so all right.
If you want to, I'm being generous today, huh?
Very true. Yeah, if I can try and shard and tackle him to the ground.
Yeah, why don't you roll Unleash Your Powers?
Okay. 8.
Okay. You manage to do it. The problem is, he falls down, the armor kind of clanks, but then when he spins around, he use a thwack with his sword.
Okay.
Because, he's a knight, he's used to fighting dragons. So you're taking a
a
powerful blow.
breakdancing knight as he falls.
Oh, yeah, he did some cool breakdancing moves, too. Breaking 2,
Can
Knightly
I
Boogaloo.
actually do a defense for him?
Yeah, let's have you roll defense for that. How do you stop this sword about to come down on his head? So just hold that thought, Nick.
Okay.
With the giant metal dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Sword dragon.
The dragon saves the dragon. Okay, so why don't you roll plus Savior for defense.
Okay. Which is terrible.
Well, it might not work, so maybe we'll keep the bad thing that Mr. Emerald Drake rolled down.
Nothing good happened there. The dragon just and just kind of swoop by.
It's not able
Trying
to.
to pull the swoop to try and not hit us.
Yeah. Just kind of landed on its face instead.
Alright, so you're still taking the powerful blow. How'd you roll there?
That's a 10.
Ow.
Alright, which one are you going to pick? Pass out, move yourself, lose control of yourself in a terrible way, or 2 options from the lower list? I would say you lose control, you actually start raging on him, and he will shove you back violently and then be more predisposed to keep you, to trap you in this illusion.
Yep. Sounds good.
I'm going to charge up the dragon.
Okay, so you start just going feral, going wild on him. He slams you with his shield and sends you sprawling in the grass.
Is that much potential, or is it just potential if I...
It's when you roll under 7.
Okay. So it's just... Okay.
Yeah.
I thought with powerful blow is the opposite, but maybe I'm wrong.
The Hollow
Yes.
Knight picks himself
Could be
back.
a
Not the
condition.
Hollow Knight.
It says right on the bottom. It'll take
The Broken Knight picks himself back up, and it says, "You see, you spoke of heroism, but all that's really in your heart is rage. I tried to be a hero, and all it ended with was me with a broken sword and a broken heart."
Can I have the dragon come out with a sweep tail attack at this point?
You can directly engage him if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to directly.
All right. Meanwhile, you guys are pretty much. Oh, let's say you roll. Now I'll give it to the rest of you
Is
guys.
he vulnerable in any conceivable way at this point?
No.
Is he being beaten on?
Not really.
Then I am going to also disengage the safety systems to do an additional +1 to it. Okay, yeah, additional +1. So that's a 10. The additional +1.
All right. Which two are you taking?
Let's see. I will take something from him, which is to say his footing,
Okay. You knock him back down the grass, so he's not going to run anymore.
knock him back down to the ground, and I will impress or frighten him, I think. That's another one, isn't it?
Yeah, he's taken aback a little bit by the sheer fury of this
Right.
mecha dragon.
And I say to him, change the world back right now, or I'll destroy you very much.
He's like, well, he's pissed back and he's like, I cannot be destroyed. This is my
So, wait.
This is my world. I make it as I will.
You think that just because you make this world, Cosette Rouge cannot destroy it? I can destroy anything I put my mind to. I am French!
So meanwhile, you guys taking out Jabberwocky and the Crimson Empress, thanks to Cosette ruining her complexion. But the Tyrant is still there. So he's lumbering over, and he's going after you, and he's like, Vazandu, you give aliens a bad name! And a powerful laser blade is coming out of his wrist for some stabbing action. What are you doing? He's going past you guys too, maybe. So what does Vazandu do?
Gustavo, flying octopus.
Why not? I'm just gonna roll with it. Whatever.
Because
He still hasn't accepted that something's up. Oh, poor Gustavo.
but I have a +1.
Yeah.
Gustavo.
He does, which is why he did
Gustavo agrees to do it, yeah.
Would I have to roll for that, though? To convince you to.
What do you
be
think,
a
Gustavo?
superhero?
No, it's fine. I think you would just go with it because it's Vazandu asking.
All right.
Because regardless of the denial, he's
So what is the flying octopus?
Right. I'm gonna boost you up, and then you use your arms, all 4 of your arms, to do like a spinning pile drive on them.
All right. Why don't you roll unleash your powers for the lifting him up?
That is an 8.
Okay, you do it. Mostly. Let's have you roll directly engage the spinning arm. See how that works.
All right. Well, let's see. It's been a while. Okay. He will directly engage a threat using his inner China shop as he does because he's a bull, and that'll be a 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's an 8 and an additional option because he doesn't use.
Yeah, you're smashing through this illusory gym.
So that would be. Sorry, wrong move. So on a 7 through 9, I get to pick one, but with the other move, I get to pick 2. So he will resist and avoid their blows, and take something from them, being the blade he was wielding.
Ooh, all right. You rip that.
While he's, jabbing with his arms and several other.
Yeah,
places.
you rip that laser blade right out of his arm. The tyrant goes flying, and now the way is clear to leave the gym.
Can I diss the tyrant real quick?
Sure.
As an insult to aliens, you say? Who's the one who failed to conquer this planet?
Well, some stuff got in my way.
But I know that was wrong. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I didn't try. I didn't fail. I just didn't try. Vazandu might
You
say.
have a big head and little arms.
Besides, all of you give aliens a bad name, leaving us here trying to conquer this planet. I am the great Vazandu, and I will not tolerate it anymore. It That's under my protection now.
Ooh, I love it.
What's you said he's in like a mech thing?
Yeah.
Does that have a visor as well? Or
Yeah,
something
like a
kind of
Buzz
helmet
Lightyear
mask?
style.
Yeah.
High
He
school
collects
brings out
visors.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, he's ripping that thing. All right, yeah, you tear that off. The tyrant's pretty much beat at this point. So you guys can head outside as well. And outside, you find the Hollow Knight is now still kind of facing off with Cosette. Meanwhile, Emerald Drake, someone's got to calm him down. He's raging.
I'm not calming him down. I want him to rage.
Well, which
I
one do
wanted
you?
to say something to him.
Well, you got to be calmed down a little bit first. Let's see if one of
Does
your
anyone
friends
have
can
a
do
good
it.
mundane for comfort and support?
Can I do something else besides
I
calming
got a
him down?
-1.
What do you want to do?
I want to do a gamma scan.
Okay.
I spend 1 charge to activate my situational scanners. I can ask any one question about the world around me, and the DM will answer honestly. So my question is, how do I restore reality back to itself?
The Broken Knight. I keep on saying Hollow Knight. It's the name of the game. The Broken Knight has to do it. You got to make him agree.
Okay, so I can't just kick his ass and do it.
No, because he's not really there. It's an illusion.
Ah.
He's like, he's not even real. He's just the spirit inside the helmet. So
Gotcha.
you're just like beating up an illusion.
Right.
It feels so good.
Yeah, it feels great to fight an illusion, but it doesn't help you get out.
Did you have
No, that was my move.
Could I try something?
Yeah.
Could I try to move to where he's at, like spend a burn to move anywhere in the scene?
Yeah.
And then actually shield the knight and tell him
Yeah.
that without heroes he would be nothing.
Ooh, okay, go for it.
While he's pounding on the
Right.
shield.
Yeah.
7.
Out here, does that just mean free?
9. To defend someone.
Okay. It is going to cost you, though. You're going to take a powerful blow from the Emerald Drake's claws just ripping into you.
No, they don't.
Nice. All right, you get some mark potential there. How do you avoid the Emerald Drake's? The shield is that strong?
I try to yell his name out and maybe like do a little psychological effect with the shield, like shock him with my like remember who he is, something like that, right?
Yeah, so it calms down a little bit. And claws do
I'm
not
here
hurt
too,
you.
kind of.
Yeah. And the Broken Knight sees this, and he's like picking himself back up. He's like, the spirit of the Savior, to help those. Even though I trapped you here, you still risk yourself to protect me while keeping your friends safe. It's something I haven't seen for so very long.
But there has to be a reason why you started to be a hero in the first place. Didn't you enjoy getting the thanks and the praise from those who you saved?
I never truly did it for the praise.
But it helped, didn't it?
It did, but it was...
Did it feel good to hear that you did something good?
I suppose that's true, but I found that vanity led down that route, and after that was terror and death.
Woo!
Yes.
It's one of those... If this is who I'm supposed to be, I would rather be a hero than the freak that I am. I would rather be looked at as a hero than a freak.
He's like, well, I suppose that's true, but... Yes, for you, perhaps the hero is the only route you can take. But the rest of you...
Hello!
And
Bonjour.
the Spaniard, you have a choice. And the wizard, you have a choice. You don't have to be the way you are, but yet you persist. Why?
I walk up to him, and with a show of my hands being emptied and rose, I hand it to him. A rose by any other name, a hero, still a hero.
Ooh.
And comfort and support.
Okay, why don't you roll for that?
Come on, I roll. No!
Oh,
Snake eyes.
That is a...
More potential there.
Yeah, like the
Apparently
All right.
my rose has thorns.
Yeah, he's still not quite mine. He might need one more.
Um,
Someone else say something.
I'll
He's almost there. You really like what he said.
I'll try to say something. 'Cause-
All right.
Okay, I can use my color-coded hero to comfort and support in a way that exhibits my
Danger.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
color, which is danger.
So how do you do this?
Look, here's the thing. I am not superpowered in any way, really. All I am is very, very destructive. And without having something to channel that into, things become very bad. If I am not the superhero, I am the bomb maker. I am the criminal. Even those of us that have bad natures can do good things when being the superhero.
So the Broken Knight.
As you can
yeah,
see,
go for it.
as you can see in this illusion, I was even worse off. Luckily, because it's plus danger, it's a 10.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. So the Broken Knight says, "Yes, I suppose there's something to take into account. For individuals like us, this may be the only road we can walk, and pretending otherwise does little good. Well, I'll send you back." And with that, the illusion is gone. All you guys are standing in just a field somewhere in America in the Midwest, and you can see in the distance Sentinel City looming tall, and you are all back to the way you were. You got your 8 legs. You're a dragon man. You got your pop rock power. You're a crazy wizard.
I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah, you're Zanatos the Splendid.
Not the giant.
You've got Bouvier. It's all back.
Yep.
And you are once again Vizandu, Inhuman,
The great.
the great Vizandu.
The first thing I do is check my wallet. Okay, it's over.
Yeah, still super rich.
So, Cosette takes off her helmet. Guys, I've come to a realization. I think I'm kind of a bad person.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
that
you
one
are
city blocks
Yeah,
away.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we get a ride back to San
You have very deep-seated anger issues, and I think you need professional help.
I'm not angry about anything. I just like to watch things explode.
And burn.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
lots of burning.
I mean, the burning is nice, but the explosion, that is what I want.
Yeah, but
Also-
see, with explosions comes rebuilding. I mean, you're creating jobs at the same time.
Yes, see, I'm
That's
a
the
job
whole thing,
creator.
yeah.
He's comfort and supporting his rival. As
Ah,
he's
alright, why don't you roll for that?
And that is a
Reminding her of her true purpose.
It is like the labels.
So it's gonna be so it's a 8, so it hits, and with that she gets to
Fair condition, mark
Yep.
potential, stuff like that.
Oh, Mark.
and then my bonus is
Yeah.
I get to mark potential.
Yeah, go for it.
Guys, number one, are we still like, am I still like gothed out, like high school goth?
No, that was an illusion. You are back to the way you looked before this illusion took place.
So
you
we
got
didn't
zapped
keep
all the way in
anything
Ireland.
from that other universe.
No.
Huh.
I mean, it wasn't really a universe, it was an illusion. But I know maybe we got some fans of the high school AU. We can go back to it maybe sometime.
So no sword.
Nope, you don't get that sword. Because the tyrant died like
yeah.
three arcs ago.
Yeah, he's dead.
Uh-huh.
It was nice to talk to my dad for a while.
Aw, poor Sebby. Poor Sebastian, SEX.
And you know what? I kind of do like the name Victor Zondu.
Yes,
knows?
maybe you can have an alias, huh?
An alien alias.
That might not be so bad.
Maybe you can come up with some sort of disguise that covers up how you really look, huh?
That's
not a bad
Oh,
idea.
no. I mean, I'm always going to be the great Vizandu, but
but
again, it's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah, Vizandu Incognito. Well, as you were saying this, Vizandu, a UFO, your flying saucer, or actually, no, Princess Worm's flying saucer that she kind of loaned to you, appears in the sky. It comes zooming down and comes to a halt right in front of you. And Gangplank pops up, and inside is Princess Worm, as well as Mother Eden.
Oh, Mother Eden I've seen.
Yes.
Who is that one of yours, Victor?
Oh, she's another. Yeah, she's another Kalandu agent. Another clone.
Princess
we're
Worm
clones.
says, yeah, it's a
You're a
long
clone?
story.
We're
Or not, she's a
clones.
proper Brit.
Oh,
it's
it
a long
explains so
story,
much,
my dear
doesn't
boy.
it?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And also
So
why
nice
they
to see
left
you
this
again.
here.
Oh, it is indeed, child. Give me a hug.
I was
Oh, yeah,
trying.
we get along.
I was sort of on the run from obviously the core. So
Well, Mother Eden says, yeah, about that. Things have gone real south since you disappeared. A bunch of others disappeared too, but from what I'm getting, from what I'm hearing, they might have popped back as well. But it's time. So far, none of them have really come out into the open, busted back onto the scene, and taken the fight to Kestrel Core, which is bad news because they're building up to something terrible. They're building some kind of huge satellite dish on the top of their tower. They're bringing in all the Commando Corps for security. Lieutenant Vanguard, even he came back from wherever he was. He's all pinked up now, though. It's pretty weird. I gotta say, that is not his color.
Just, but who are these two? Pointing to
oh,
the dragon and Mother Eden, because he
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
This is not Eden. Please don't disrespect. And
You better not.
this awesome fellow
Yeah,
over here.
I'm Emerald Drake, and I shake your hand like really powerfully.
he like gives you a tentacle.
Oh man, tentacle versus dragon hand.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like the Predator.
when you shake and squeeze, it squeezes right back.
Yeah.
So the Kestrel Core, they are going at the full bore.
I'd say so. I think they're trying to make some kind of big broadcast, and with all the support they brought in, like they even got Jabberwocky apparently with his connections to you. He's got a whole bunch of supervillains on their side as backup. So
Well, let's go pants us a new Jabberwocky.
That was pretty fun.
He should really go back to the restaurant business.
yeah, that's very interesting. But I think we're gonna need some help. More importantly, we're gonna need the people on our side. To do that, we got to bring back some of the old heroes. Some of them, especially those two you already saved, Monarch Merman. I mean, he's a king. He's never given up. And Skydancer, that guy's an inspiration. They're with us, but there's a few others. There's some
Like,
kind
they're
of
not just gym coaches.
no.
Illusion, was that remember?
I really like them as gym coaches.
Mr. Fish is a great swimmer.
Oh, you know it. Like a fish, you might say.
You competed in the Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
She says, but there's some others. Like, for instance, just this, Americaman. I'm sure you saw his cartoon. He's in hiding. I think I found out where he hangs his hat, though. And there's some other heroes I'm trying to get in touch with as well. Flare, the alien, he's been trying to hide off-world, but
He was cool.
he was cool. He's come back, and if we can get him on our side, I think we'll need it. We might even get some help from the wrong side of the tracks. I hear Spider with some new escaped prisoners on their side now. They busted out of Cemetery Coast. They're looking to take the fight to Kestrel Core too. So shaping up to be a regular superhero World War III right there in Sentinel City.
Oh, boy. Well, all you have to do is ask.
Ooh. And with that, I think that'll be the final line of this issue.
Taking
of
the fight to
Generation
Kestrel
Hero.
Core.
Yeah, it's time to bring back the Age of Heroes and end Kestrel Core for good. So, as we go into our closing music, I think we do have enough time. Even though you guys were in an illusion, you were still learning about yourselves, about your team. So let's go through the end of session. Did you grow closer to the team, grow into the own image of yourself, or grow away from the team? So maybe we'll start with Emerald Drake.
Let's see.
I know this one was a little weird.
Yeah, this one, like, I can see it being the team or the image of himself.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause you didn't see another side of you. You saw yourself as the human maybe you were, you could be.
And it's sort of like,
But your team, even this other world, the team can come together to help you.
yeah, and also the fact that, like, Cosette just sort of, like, allowed me to do something that I tried. So it's just sort of like, oh, cool. I am actually part of this sort of motley crew.
Makes sense.
Even though I've only been with them once or twice. This is only the second time.
This is your second time, yeah. They zap you in there.
So, I'm gonna say closer to the team.
Okay. So you can give influence to a character and either clear condition or mark potential.
Potential, which I haven't been marking.
Oh no!
I
You gotta
really
remember
want
to
to
do
mark
that.
potential.
Yeah, because you're gonna be leveling up. You gotta level up.
I do. Especially, I want to mutate further.
Yeah, you'll get there by the finale.
Hopefully.
All right, Michael.
I'm gonna go with grow closer to the team because hey, the team he was on was a lot smaller, and now he had 2 more people than when he was there. So he got to know them, even though it wasn't an illusion. He still got to know them pretty well.
All that D&D.
Or those versions of them.
I know. Now you got some memories of playing lots of Dungeons and Dragons, and
Yeah.
nothing brings friends better together than making time to tabletop.
What is this Dungeons and Dragons?
It's an interesting, like... you play different roles. It's really interesting.
Oh, it is like when I play the Notting Hills, huh?
Kind of.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so you can give influence to a character.
And
Giving influence to Cosette.
Cosette, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I will give influence to. Did I give you influence last time?
Mm-hmm.
I did. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go with one of the new teammates, and I think that will be Nick. He'll give him influence over El Pulpo.
All right, Dallas.
I think this time I finally grew into more of an image of my own self, realizing that I got to stop pretending and actually, make the move towards something like a goal in life.
Makes sense. So I'd say, yeah, you grow an image of your own self.
Yeah.
How about Xanatos?
I think Sebi is still growing into his own image. Yet another opportunity for him to go, I'm a fucking hero. Yeah.
I got hero money.
For sure.
Like, even when I am, I'm always normal, and I'm still a hero.
How about Cosette?
Cosette's definitely closer to the team. Partially because now she's realizing maybe she should not just blow things up, but also blow things up for a purpose.
Yeah,
to
channel
help
that destructive
other
energy.
people.
Mhm.
Yeah, and definitely giving influence to Emerald Drake.
Ah, cool. Zandu.
Which means
Grows into an image of himself. He's proclaimed himself protector of Earth.
Oh man, Earth is gonna
Yes.
sleep well, Earth.
And you have a new first
Zandu's
name.
on the case.
And a first name and a last name.
Victor Zandu.
Victor
Yeah.
Zandu.
Whoa. All right. Well, that was some awesome end of session decisions. Going into our final episode next week, the grand finale entitled "I Need a Hero."
Hero and
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
wait until the morning light.
Yes. Thank you
Yep.
for that. Speaking of the
Will they be strong and fresh for the fight?
Yeah.
They sure will.
too good
Next
for me.
week,
Too
a
good.
final of New Wave.
Too good. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in and watching and hanging out and chatting a bit there and encouraging people to take out their people's pants. That was very nice.
Lots of pants.
Thanks for that. Check us out. We'll be back next week. Grand finale of this.
Pants again when he shows up.
Oh man.
Yeah. And make sure and check out on Friday when we you get to listen to Michael Punish speak
Oh yeah,
on.
it was a lot of fun.
Yep, yeah, we did. That podcast will drop on Friday, so our very own Michael's right there. So, all right, we will see you next Tuesday, right? All right, everybody, make time to tabletop.
Yep.
Do
Have a
it.
good night.
Make time
Good
to
night.
Goodbye.